Hello, dear friends, my lovely audiences. Welcome to the East-West Show. Jack Xiao on the show with the GNE TV. Time flies very super fast.
It does.
Before you realize, a year has passed. Today, as the last show of the whole year of 2017, I have the pleasure to have my friend, Mr. Ken Hemming, brother kind of friend, a philosopher, and a CPA for life, a book writer. He authored a very wonderful book, Life Simple, 100 Words to Live By. I wasn't able to realize life was simple until I read your book.
It is.
As a matter of fact, I'm not lying, I'm not exaggerating. I'm thinking about this man has lots of thoughts, who, even though I argue a lot with, is always a trustworthy source of information, and he and we share a lot of common ground. So, welcome, sir. I have to serve you.
Sure.
To commemorate the last show of the year, right? Welcome to the show.
Jack, what a joy to share the last show on your wonderful network with your wonderful viewers.
Thank you.
What an honor for me to be allowed to be here, and I thank you.
Thank you. I'm flattered that for the fact that you stick to yourself, to this show, to the friendship, to my audiences, and
Absolutely.
I believe who all love you for that.
I love your viewers so much.
Yeah. You may go ahead and call this show the weekly wrap-up, and you may call it the monthly update,
Right.
or you may call it a year-end wrap-up, because happens to be on the last Friday of the year of 2017.
It is such a joy for me to still be alive. Go into next year.
We're all still breathing.
We are.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
And my nose are still above the water.
Exactly. Right. That's right.
Very good. It was yesterday with my friend, Dr. Wen, Jason Wen. Even though a natural scientist, we talk quite a bit about social science.
Yes.
By social science, we criticize heavily, I believe, severely, the extreme left. The extreme left being on our tail for too long, it's been pushing us in the wrong direction. If it is ahead of us, it is misleading this country for quite some time already. Anyway, before we touch that point though, we do have some good things to celebrate.
Oh, beautiful celebrations.
To end the year with, to start a new year with lots of anticipation. You want to start first, please?
Well, look, let's start with the greatest joy, okay? We're only 4 days away from the Tournament of Roses parade. Pasadena Tournament of Roses parade.
Right.
I was a volunteer in that for 26 years. I was in the parade, riding motorcycles and doing stuff. And I've got 5 people coming to where I live. It starts right out in front of where I live. And then you see such joy, such effort in the beauty of the flowers, the beauty of the message of the floats, and then the bands, which are phenomenal, and also the horses, the equestrian units, which are fantastic. And it's so crowded. There's like hundreds of thousands of people on Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena. And also then, I'd be remiss if I didn't also mention that the security is unbelievable, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, if there's a dog there, it's a dog that's trained to smell. And there's a lot of plainclothes officers, mingling. Anyway, so the security, everybody should feel good, feel safe, and hope for a timely parade. We always hope and pray that none of the floats break down because they're all run with engines. And then a tow truck has to come in and take it, and that's not so pretty, okay? So people hate that.
Anyway, all right.
But the beauty of it, and it's over 100 years old. It's a long tradition for America.
What is this year's? Is 117th?
Something like that, yeah. It started way back at the
16th.
Valley Hunt Club in Pasadena, something like 1896 or something.
And for the Pasadena Rose Parade, I do have something to share with you, with
Yes.
my audiences.
Yes.
I came the year of 1984. And of course, I came after the new year of 1984.
Okay.
My first Rose Parade
Yeah.
was on 1985.
Yes.
I was quite amazed. The moment I got there, I was so amazed.
It is amazing.
About number one, the big number of the crowd over there.
Unbelievable.
And versus that, you're talking about 1.5 million.
Those
Those years, more people going than than present time.
Probably so.
Because present time, back then, they do not have a cell phone.
Right, yeah.
That's their only entertainment, so everybody went.
Right,
Yeah.
that's a very good point.
About 1.5 million
Yeah.
versus the number of attendees, the crowd. You see the order. The order speaks so loud. The order.
Yeah.
And I was so amazed by the fact that they can arrange everything in detail, into order.
Well, that's
And
right.
in spite of such a big number of crowd.
Yeah. And I was involved in that, Jack. You know, in the planning for that, they start planning for next year's parade next week. After the parade's over, you're planning for next
Right
year.
away.
Right away.
It's a one-year job.
Yes, sir.
And especially one of those days in Rose Parade, there was a lady, pregnant lady, came to the point
Yeah.
that she had to give birth to a baby.
Right there.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Of course. That's I mean, due to whatsoever reason,
Right.
she has to do it right there.
Yeah.
All right. Now, with the crowd, with the traffic blockage, everything.
Yeah.
There's no ambulance could come in time.
Right.
Before they clear up the road.
Right. Is that great?
The only way to do is by helicopter.
Right. Yeah.
And the choppers above you, doing that.
Yeah.
And the among the crowds,
Yeah.
they kind of made a circle themselves.
Yeah.
With women in the center
For privacy.
for privacy.
Yeah.
And with male.
Yeah.
Okay. Arm in arm,
Yeah.
facing out
Yeah.
around a circle. There are 1, 2, 3
Wow.
layers of men.
Yeah.
3 layers of men doing this.
Yeah.
All right. And they were doing whatever they do in the center.
Whatever they do.
And they're dropped and a ladder or something from the helicopter. And by the time the helicopter lifted the pregnant lady,
Yeah.
it was a mother and a child already.
Is that beautiful?
Right.
That's so beautiful.
She was born.
Yeah.
The baby girl,
Yeah.
was born right there on the spot, and the mother and the baby were lifted and brought to hospital. And later we heard from the news, the baby was named Rose.
You know, we should have her on a float.
The lady was.
We should have her back, have her on a float, feeling the glory, sharing the glory.
By now,
Yeah, she's
by now
30 years
that
old,
baby
whatever.
could be 20-something,
Yeah.
30, 25-something, 30 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
Right. So that is exactly what I was amazed of the order thing, of the order.
That is beautiful. What month did
Everybody
you?
behaved.
What month did you come here in 1984, Jack? Do you remember?
No, the Chinese New Year Day.
So
Chinese New Year Day.
in
That
February?
was,
or January?
February, the first week of February or something.
Well, you came because my daughter was born February 11th, 1984.
Oh,
You
yeah.
came
I
to
came
celebrate
before.
her birth.
I came before your
Right,
daughter.
to celebrate her
very
birth.
Good. Okay. So Rose Parade, Pasadena tradition, and it is American tradition. And what you see the American spirit.
Absolutely.
You see American value. And the second thing that amazed me the most was that, you know, with the band,
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
and there are kids on wheelchair
Oh, yes, there are.
doing the instrument.
Absolutely.
Okay, now.
Absolutely.
And if it were in another country, they would hide the boy or girl
Right.
inside.
Here,
No, they
glory.
don't.
Yeah.
What happens, and then the boy or girl may happen to the very on the
And
right
someone's
side,
pushing while they're
right-hand
playing
side
their
or left-hand side,
Right.
whatever they do.
It's great.
As long as they're talented.
You know, and also it's about 5 miles long, and these kids have
5.5.
Yeah, these
Let me
kids
correct
have
that,
to
yeah.
train to walk that far. And sometimes there's about usually 7 to 10 that get wiped out and exhausted and maybe faint or something and have to go sit out on a
yeah,
curb
yeah.
because it's hard. I've done it. It's hard.
Yeah, it's a cold day anyway. It's a cold day, right?
Oh, what we
And
hope
you
for
see-
every year is no
and
rain.
You see on the pageants,
Yeah.
on the tournament, though,
Yeah.
they're
Right.
kind of trying to act like as if it was summertime.
No, that's right.
They're
No.
dressed in a way.
Well, they
it's
don't
really
have,
summertime.
you know,
As a
like
matter of fact,
the
it's
tall
cold.
flags girls in that, they're not wearing a whole lot of clothes, and it's
Yeah, of
cold.
course.
It can be cold.
And they are there. They are there the whole night.
They are. The bands arrive about 4 in the morning. I was
Yeah.
on band. I know bands. I was on that committee, and it's cold. It's hard. It's not easy work. But once it starts, they're all perfect.
The concept that I could adopt, I recommend my audience to adopt from the Rose Parade, is that in a society with a mess around, right? And it is the order that makes sense.
Yes. Yes.
It is the order, right?
Yeah.
So is the government. So is the government for big. So is a little party for small. Whatever you're talking about the order. That amazes me the most.
Yeah, but the work that goes into it, I mean, I know there's 935 volunteers in the Tournament of Roses, Jack, and they all have to be dedicated or something could go wrong. And so they all give all year long.
And they all work for that for free.
Absolutely. I didn't get paid.
Yeah, everybody. I
Right,
know
yeah.
for sure, for a fact.
It's volunteers.
Everybody was free.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And that's amazing. That's quite amazing. And
It is.
by that, we introduce the American value to the rest of the folks.
Yep.
Right.
Hundreds of millions of
Yeah.
people watch it.
This is America.
Right.
Okay, in Europe, people watch whole
they do.
world. It's televised the whole world, worldwide.
Right.
Everybody watches.
It is in like so many
Even my
countries.
folks in China, they watch that too.
Well, then China Airlines has had some of the best floats ever because they just know what to do. Okay, tremendous. And Japan Airlines.
And Rotary has a float today. Right?
Well,
I mean,
I'm a
for this year, right?
Rotarian, and the one this year looks very, very, very good.
Uh-huh.
And I was chairman of the committee in 1988. We won a trophy, and not because of me, but we had a good
Okay,
designer.
all right,
And it spreads the message of what Rotary does for planet Earth.
Very good.
In many
All
countries.
right, my dear folks, New Year is around the corner. Is right there, as a matter of fact. I even smell it.
Yeah.
even
Oh,
smell
absolutely. Well, and the flowers
Of course.
are smelling
They
so
are heading
beautiful.
that way already.
They are.
Oh, there is one instant, 1 year, there was a cold front that very afternoon
Mm-hmm.
of the 31st, of December 31st, the very afternoon, the flowers got frozen.
and
then
yeah.
on the news, there was a call, emergency call. Whoever has roses,
Right.
please donate them to the spot.
I was watching a show this morning out of New York, and they said, well, if the flowers were back here, they'd be frozen because it's cold in America right now, and on the eastern. It's very cold.
And we're proud of America. We're proud of the American tradition. The American tradition speaks loudly the American value. My dear friends, in year wrap up, in anticipation for another one, we started with the promotion. It doesn't need promotion.
It doesn't need
Talking
promotion.
about the Rose Parade of Pasadena.
It's in the soul.
It's a tradition. It's in the soul, in the blood of Americans.
Exactly.
With me, my friend Ken Hamming, sharing the pleasure, and also he is not only a member of the organization, he lives right by the curb.
I live right there,
Right by the curb.
where it starts.
He can watch it through his own window. Right?
You guys can all come to my place next year, spend the night, and go out and watch it.
Very good. Let's take a short moment out. When we come back, let's check about what's lined up for us. I mean, positive stuff. Stay with us.
Yes.
Hello, dear friends, lovely audience. It's my dear fellow Americans. Welcome back to the show. As a matter of fact, it's the moment to proudly feel the American spirit, the American value, to at least recognize that we are the #1 country on earth. Why? Because we have the system, and above the system, we have order. And the order is in the blood of Americans. We know that. We admire that. whereby elsewhere on this global earth, you don't see that. Right?
Jack,
So,
very well spoken.
thank you very much.
Very
With
well.
me today is my good friend, Mr. Ken Hemming, a commentator, political commentator. I like the fact that he has a very constitutional mind, yet he has a heart like a baby.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so tender, so fresh, that I admire a lot.
Thank you.
And for the coming year, though, we have lots of good stuff lined up. We have seen one already, the tax cut.
Yes, sir.
For the tax cut, I see people around me, almost 99%, they give big applause for that.
Absolutely, except for the media, which,
However,
yeah,
there are negative comments about it, saying that it destroys a future of America or so on and so forth. I checked with my friend Dr. Wayne yesterday at the show.
yes,
I said I dare to bet that even those who are the strongest opposing the tax cut will keep the check.
they will cash
and
it.
deposit in their account.
Yep,
Right?
they will.
And none of them will just put the check in the envelope and put a stamp on it, say it back to Uncle Sam, I don't want it.
That's exactly right.
right.
They will do it, and then they'll still complain later.
Oh, no. And that fact itself explains. No more explanation necessary.
No more necessary.
Just
Yeah.
a zero.
Move on in life, cash your check,
Just a zip up.
reinvest in the
Just
economy.
a zip up. That's it.
Right.
Because you tell me, if you come across, my dear friend, if you come across anybody who does what I said, you let me know.
Yeah, right.
I'll invite him or her.
Yeah.
I'll bow to him or her.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Other than that, no more explanation.
No
necessary.
more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yes, sir.
Infrastructure is a big thing going on.
Yes.
What's your comment about what we could expect for the future, the short future, which is 3 days later,
Right.
to be expected infrastructure-wise?
Probably, now this is going to sound weird, but I think it's also probably sort of accurate. We will probably experience disappointment because the joy that we're feeling now, President Trump and everybody thinks it can be very bipartisan, where everybody likes to spend and invest in America, and so hopefully both parties will come together. We haven't had major infrastructure activities for a while in America. And, you know, in roads and bridges and airports and things like that, facilities, government facilities.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. And they're looking at, President Trump looks at $1 trillion investment in America, about 200 million of which would come from the government itself, about 500 million from private enterprise getting involved in and investing in America, and about 300 billion from the states. Yeah, billion.
You're
yeah.
talking about billions.
Billion, yeah. Pardon
all
me.
Billions, yeah.
I made a mistake.
With a B, all
right.
sorry.
So billions. So it's a lot. And also then the number of jobs that would be created or expanded is astronomical. That puts money back into the economy
One thing
too.
for sure, my dear brother, that I can testify the deterioration ever since.
Right.
I came here 34 years ago.
Yes, sir.
I was so amazed about the infrastructure, the highway system, the bridge, and everything.
Yeah.
Now it is getting to the bottom. When instead of driving so smooth, you're driving a bumpy cars.
Right.
All the time.
Potholes,
everywhere you
which
go.
are very dangerous.
Potholes everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, it is time. It is. I would say it's high time.
It is.
We did something to it. Right. And also, in order to do it better, we want to use our own money.
Yes, right.
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 I don't think that it will not be a shame or slam on the face if we invite foreign investors to come invest in our infrastructure for fix and repairs.
Right. Now, that's fair. That's fair. But we do hope, at least I hope, that the work is done by Americans. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, of course. Yeah.
Of course,
I mean,
yeah, of
we hope
course,
for that.
yeah,
But
of
yes,
course.
but
I have no problem to see that. Of course, it is Americans who do the job.
Right, right.
Actually fixing the road. Okay. For money, I really will feel very bad if we had to rely upon foreign investors to do the job that we ought to do ourselves
right.
decades ago.
right. Yeah.
Decades ago.
Yeah,
right?
I think we'll be okay on that. And you know, it's incomprehensible to me that anybody would complain about keeping more of your own money. Okay, you know, the tax cut, and also the corporate one is huge, 35 to 21%. There's going to be so
You're
much.
talking about the $35 billion.
Well, the tax rate
of the
Yeah.
of the private sectors gonna be put in the pot for
private
the
sector. No, probably 500 billion.
Oh.
Yeah, half of it, 200 billion by the government, federal government, and 300 by states. So
see.
it'll be because see, the thing is, some in the past it's like always the government, and President Trump sees there's an opportunity for private sectors to be in there, get paid, improve. Some things may be a bit costly. And also, the more private sector, Jack, the more efficient it will be.
You're
the
right.
government
you're
can't
right.
do efficiency.
Private sectors got involved.
Efficient.
I should say a long time ago.
Yeah.
I recall. This conversation reminds me an interview that I did with Mr. Kurt Hagman, supervisor of
Right.
San Bernardino County,
Met him, like him.
like back 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And he says, our government should learn to contract their business to private sectors.
Absolutely.
And he gave a good example, DMV.
Right. Okay.
Right? Look how slow they work.
Right.
All right.
Right.
And they are the least efficient organizations or war department of whatsoever. Right. And they have the longest phase of
Yeah.
all department
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay. We experience that. Everybody experiences that. And he says, quote unquote, not exact quote unquote, but the essence is
Yeah.
that the only cure, number one, to save money. Number two, to bring up the efficiency for service,
Absolutely.
is to hire a private sector to do the job.
Because that's what they're supposed to do. Because in the private sector, it's competition. Those that are the most efficient and the most competent are the most successful. And in
Exactly.
government, you don't have to be the most efficient to keep your job. Very hard to fire government employees, and there's
That's
no
exactly-
motivation for efficiency.
That's exactly some bigger companies. They offer salary plus options.
Absolutely. Right.
Because they want to make you part of it.
Right.
You feel that you are part of it.
Right.
Like, now,
Correct.
If you hire the private sectors to do the government job, and they are in it, the private sectors say, "Hey, I'm in it. I'm the one. It is my job. It is my product,"
Right.
and they are concerned.
And they
about
have, you know, I'd like to think I'm wrong, but I think the private sector people just have more pride than maybe overly comfortable federal employees.
Right.
And I'd like to be wrong on that, so I want to be wrong.
The bottom line is they have the motivation,
Yeah.
but the government workers, they do not have.
They don't
They
have
get
the same motivation.
Salary, they got
Right.
the same salary, they work
Right.
the same hours, they enjoy the same pension, same benefit,
Right.
whatsoever. what
Over
they do.
pension, yeah.
What they do, all right? So now there is no motivation to push them forward. Okay.
Like when I was a practicing certified public accountant, partner in a great firm in that, I knew that I had to concentrate, I had to be efficient, and I had to be bright, I had to be talented for my clients to stay with me. Because if
Same
they
thing.
see me being inefficient
Same
or
thing.
being lazy, bye-bye, Ken, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And they'll go somewhere else.
Sure.
So you have to continue to earn your position in the workforce.
Talking about incentive. Private sectors has the incentive, always the incentive, right? Number one, they have to be the lowest bidder, right? Number two, they are providing the best of service ever. And then they want to do it as short as possible, right? Because they want to move on to the next project.
Right, right. Now, and I'm not a firm believer that the lowest bid's always the right one to take, because there's talent mixes too.
No. I'm talking about
you weren't saying that
quality,
either.
with the quality at a fixed level.
Right, right.
I want the line there, the thin line is right there.
Yeah.
No move. That's the bottom line. Okay. At this line, who will do better?
Exactly.
Yeah. Who will be less? Something like that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, and the only question remains. The idea is so positive. How sure are we of the factors, of private factors, getting involved in such a big plan?
Oh,
Another word,
I think we're sure.
Another word, how convincing
Well,
President Donald Trump is
right.
immobilizing the whole movement of this nation.
That's a really, really nice statement. I believe he is the art of the deal man, and I believe he knows how to negotiate as well as anybody in America. And I believe he understands incentives in motivating people. And so I think it's going to be, they're going to come to him. He's not going to have to go out and beg them. Now, what can dilute it a little bit is if people are complaining, oh, we want more here, we want more there. You know, everybody wants their own district or their own state to get most of it. California is going to want everything, and it's you know, very radical left state.
Logically, it sounds to me that it is our job. It is our road. It is our bridge, right? You have to put all efforts together. The state, the federal, the
And the
local,
private, yeah.
and the private.
Right.
Everybody is involved because you are cultivating your own backyard.
It could be exciting.
Yeah, sure.
It should be exciting.
Call it like a movement.
So let's hope that happens in
Like
2018.
Sure. I recall when Pearl Harbor was hit, right?
Yes, sir.
And the whole United States was mobilized.
Absolutely. Are
Take
you
General
kidding?
Motors, for
Unbelievable.
Example. General Motor, for example, they shut down their product lines for cars. They do
In a heartbeat.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
They do planned parts.
Right, right.
Even children after school and women go to stand the parts. I saw in the movie like that.
Well, you know, Jack, back then too, America didn't have 300 million people, you know.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
So as a smaller country, it is amazing how Rosie
Yes.
the Riveter and
All
all these
you
people
need
came
is
together
that-
and produced
Yeah.
war
All
equipment
you need is that
at an
somebody.
incredible pace.
All you need is that somebody climbs over the roof
Yeah,
and make the call.
yeah.
Everybody follows.
And they did.
Then make it the national movement.
It's my hero generation.
Yeah, I call it national movement to resume our infrastructure.
Right.
If not renew. All right?
Right.
Now, my dear friends, with me sharing the good fact and expectation is my good friend, Mr. Ken Hemming. Let's take a very short moment out. And when we come back, we will find out our loopholes conceptually and politically.
Yes,
We
sir.
have holes with our economy, with everything, and with our road, of course, and then we do see that with our politics. So,
Getting worse.
short moment, we'll be right back, please. Hello, dear friends, lovely audiences. Welcome back to the show, Jack Chow on the East West Show with a G and E TV. With me is my good friend, Ken Hemming. We share lots of in common, and I like his concept most of the time, even though I occasionally argue with him, but we argue for better understanding.
That's right.
We argue not to produce
That's
any
brilliant.
any hatred.
Yeah.
We
No.
argue for reunion, for solidarity, stuff like that. Oh, before anything is mentioned, I like your decoration.
Is that great?
Yeah, that's
tell
very
me,
great.
Tell me that's not a beautiful decoration. Chinese?
That's a Chinese. That's one of the Asian hero, Zhang Fei of the Tri-State.
Okay.
You will find on the back, there's a little explanation about.
I saw that. Yeah.
Saw that,
right. Yeah. It's great.
It's great. Okay. Thank you for.
Thank you for honoring me.
No, thank you. All
This
right,
is
good.
great.
And you have an EDI microphone.
I
You have
do.
a Chinese decoration.
I've got it all.
Oh, yeah, sure. All right. Good.
I'm in your family.
You're ready to go.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
And Jack, remind your viewers that the last show we did, you said, Ken, are you ever going to stop talking?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, Jack, if you want me to stop talking, just tell me to shut up. And you said, okay, shut up. So that's part of the deal. When I say too much, Jack just says, shut up. So, and I love it.
We use the words shut up in a
Yeah.
very friendly way.
Yeah.
Say shut up.
Right.
As a matter of fact, we don't want to shut ourselves
Yeah.
up.
It's a please.
It is, yeah,
It's a please.
Anyway. Now, back to the point.
Yes.
It was yesterday at the show we discussed with Dr. Wham, Jason Wham, about the extreme left. Okay. And on the other hand, the loopholes are so many there in our politics that we really feel that we're pushed by the extreme left too far.
Too far.
Or to say.
It's out of sight now. The pressure to expand to the left is sad.
The reason, as a matter of fact, the reason I dragged that over to this discussion is that together in anticipation for another year, is it possible we shrink, if not stop, we shrink the radical left, extreme left?
Well,
What's your take,
my dear friend, my dear
take,
viewer friends, I would hope and pray for that on a daily basis. Their commitment to the radical left ideology is so obsessive. I don't think that they can see the joy of not such radical thinking that really does endorse sort of, a lot of them are willing to use violence to achieve the dreams, their dreams of more government control, larger government, less liberty for the citizens. We're citizens, we want our freedom. Liberty is such a beautiful word, liberty, it's huge. And so, so the only way to do it is to overwhelm.
给我一个看，这个地方停一下，我咳嗽一声。Somebody's water. I have to borrow that water. 把这瓶子给我。
It's right there.
管他是谁都喝一口了。
Thank you.
不管了。Never mind.
Never mind. We can cut anytime.
Right. We could. Yeah.
They're drinking water anyway. Right? Think about India. They don't even have it. Right?
Yeah. Some places don't.
Some places don't.
Just
depend on.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
When I say
I know
action,
where it was. Yeah, I can continue.
When I say the action, you can right away. Action.
The only way to really get them to minimize their impact, because they make an awful lot of noise, and a lot of the media is also more radically left than it used to be a lot, is for us to speak up, us being the normal Americans that did elect President Trump. And also, I voted for Democrats. There's nothing wrong with moderate people, okay, on either side of the aisle. But we're too passive. We don't stand up for our values as much as we need to. And political correctness is pretty much a weapon just to shut us up and diminish our impact.
I totally understood your point.
Thank you.
Okay. No argument on that level.
Yes, sir.
But the problem is that we have so many symptoms leading. For example, this morning, I heard over the news. Do you recall the wedding cake case?
Yes, I do. Clearly.
Okay.
Right.
And the wedding cake case, as the sentence.
Yes, sir.
The business owner.
Yes.
Had to pay $135,000.
Right. Heinous.
To the damage, emotional damage, that these couple suffered. Oh, by the way.
Yeah, it's a gay couple.
Before I go any further,
Yeah.
I have a disclaimer to do.
Yes, sir.
Right? Whatever I say here represents only me, myself. Jack Chow, a natural person, a father of two. That's it.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right.
And
That's right.
nuthead guy. That's
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
Right? Whatever I say does never represents the show. Neither does it to the organization.
Right.
My personal opinion.
Yeah.
I plead fifth. How about that?
Yes, sir. and my statements don't necessarily represent what my daughter thinks either. And
right,
she will tell you that.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah.
And the business owner, had to pay $135,000 to satisfy two individuals
Right.
who were said to be emotionally suffered from the whatever trauma.
Right. Right.
Whatever trauma.
Of the gentleman who was a devout Christian not wanting to make a cake for a gay couple.
You know what? As a result, this business owner, the business closed. They had to
It's
shut
evil.
down.
It's evil.
They
Yeah.
had to shut down. Okay, now, in order to save these two guys, right, from their emotional suffer whatsoever, and there's one business going off the record,
Right.
they're closed. So here's the philosophy, if not the mathematics,
Right.
right? Philosophically, you are confusing lots of people. Mathematically, the ends do not meet, the numbers do not match,
Right.
right?
And
So
those, yeah.
that's why I say, my dear friend Cam, there are those symptoms. Is not a symptom from my next door neighbor. It's from
Right.
the Supreme Court, from the other branch,
Right.
right? We call check and balance.
Well,
right?
yeah, I think the Supreme Court would overrule that. But see, also that bakery had served these guys, the two guys that wanted to get married, had served them before for different parties they threw and all that. No problem. But
Why-
they didn't condone. I don't condone gay marriage. I wouldn't make a cake.
Why wouldn't they try somewhere else?
And just say,
another-
okay, fine.
Another bakery, right?
Well,
another bakery. There might be some bakery who does.
Well, they wanted their, of course there are. Of course, they wanted their 15 minutes of fame, and they wanted the greed that says, let's sue them and see if we can get some money out of it. Very tragic.
Oh, they did.
Very
they
tragic.
succeeded.
Greed.
135,000
Yeah, greed and fame.
is a big money. It
Terrible.
could be good for a down payment for a house.
Hey, I'd send the bakery $100, $200, $300 if I could help them. I would.
No, they're closed anyway.
I know that, and
They're
that's
closed. They're closed.
It's
They're out of business.
But the thing is, but if everybody just stands up for their beliefs, which is fine, okay. Some people support gay marriage, some people don't. Stand up for it and don't be silenced and intimidated by these greeds and fame desire people.
Donald Trump is known for his guts, his lots of guts.
Right, he's
that we believe,
no sissy,
right?
no sissy.
Do you believe, do you think, or do you guess, or would you bet that he will have the guts to challenge this?
Well, actually, I think President Trump accepts gay marriage. Okay, I think he's said that now.
No. Gay marriage, okay.
Right,
I'm okay now.
right. Oh,
all right?
okay.
I'm okay now.
Yeah, he should change the
I'm
impact
talking
of
about
greed and fame.
I'm talking about the court decision.
Right,
I'm talking
Right.
about the misleading signals.
right. It is. You're
Right.
right. That's a good question. I don't know the answer, but I know this. He's not afraid to stand up for what he thinks is right.
I would rather
No fear.
recommend. I would rather recommend when the court make a decision,
Overturn it.
Just shut it up. Just shut it up from all media.
Right.
No report. No nothing. We never know.
I
How about
agree.
that?
I agree with that.
Because
You know,
it hurts me.
it hurts. It
hurts me a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
Does it hurt you?
Painful, because it's unjust.
That is the problem.
Yeah, they just,
is the problem.
you know, we have the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech, and freedom of speech includes action to make your decisions like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they spoke, I'm not able to do that. There's another nice bakery down the street. Would you please go have them help you?
Yeah.
That's all. But then, these people that just want to keep pushing their agenda.
They wanted to make a point.
And to diminish your own ability
wanted
to
to
make
make
your
a
own
point.
decisions.
That's it.
Well, there's a pathetic point.
They want to make
Very
a point.
evil
and the points
intent.
are made. Money
Yeah.
are made.
And it'll be ignored.
Money is made too.
Right.
Money is made.
Right.
So that's the part that I feel so confused, so lost. Right?
Well, I'll tell you.
You're talking about check and balance, right?
Right, there's no balance.
There's no balance now.
That's slapping, no balance.
Okay, now,
Yeah.
talking about the third bathroom. Anybody dying for only 2 bathrooms?
That's the most insane thing. I stopped going to Target because that's what they did. I said, I'm not going there anymore, because they wanted to have,
Well, neither do I. I don't go anymore.
But
I don't go to Target.
yeah, and if you feel, okay, I feel like a woman today, so I can go in the woman's bathroom. It just doesn't make sense. There are just 2 genders. There's men and women.
Back in the old days when I first landed here, I was invited to a concert.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, at a concert during the recession, the recess.
Yes, okay.
During the recess, there are more women using restroom than men, right? So,
That's a tragedy. I know what you're
so
saying.
now, right?
Like,
Okay,
like
now-
Dodger Stadium.
Now, what you do,
Yeah.
what they did was that there are 2 gentlemen, 3 gentlemen there,
Yeah.
guiding the mainstream,
Yeah.
provided that room for women to use.
Right, for parts of it or something. Yeah,
parts,
because,
right? No.
because, yeah, no, it's true.
If you're talking about
terrible.
that part,
Yeah, yeah. No problem.
no problem.
No problem.
I give both hands for it.
Yeah.
Because on the contrary,
Yeah.
you work those 2 bathrooms out in a situation
Yeah.
that looks difficult.
Yeah.
And yet everybody's happy. Everybody salutes
Yeah. Yeah.
to your manhood,
Yeah.
right? To your
You see these long
as a
lines
soci-
for
as a-
women waiting
as
to get into a
as a
restroom.
society,
Yeah.
as a society, even that very moment, nobody thought about building up a 3rd bathroom.
Right, right. Just helping each other.
How come? Yeah, help each other.
Yeah, help each other.
So now, instead of helping each other, we go do this, all right?
Yep, right.
And as a result, the 3rd bathroom was created.
Right.
So my question, as I asked Dr. Wen yesterday, anybody dies on record for having no 3rd bathroom?
No, no, no. But some people can be hurt or abused
Yes.
going into the other bathroom.
Extreme left.
Right.
Extreme left. That is the concept. That's the misleading concept. We must put a stop to it. Do you think so?
I'm a warrior on that position, a warrior. I will stand up for what we believe
Very good.
With
Very
my
good.
life.
Very good. Very good.
with my life.
Okay. All right, my dear friends, we decided that we want to put a stop to extreme left. Regardless of what parties you represent, I'm talking about America as America. No partisans involved whatsoever. Bathroom is a bathroom. Right?
That's right, yeah.
Right. And I believe that both Republicans and Democrats will all go pee. That's
right.
natural.
We certainly do.
So no politics is there. Why are we putting politics in it? In an issue like that natural. So
And also for a very small percent of the population,
yeah,
creating such
You're right. You're
discomfort for many.
right. You're right.
Very
we
small
want to put a
percent.
stop to it, right?
Right.
So with me today, my good friend Ken Hamming. We're sharing a lot for the year wrapping up, and let's take a very short moment out. When we come back, there is a last thing to touch. Hello, my dear friends, my lovely audience, and my dear fellow Americans. Welcome back to the show. Jack Chow on the East West with G&E TV. New Year is coming, and we are full of anticipation, full of hopes, and there's always a hope, especially at this time when the country is misled by the radical left so much, I would say, to an extent that we decided that we need to call for a stop, right? Because that will lead nowhere.
Misled and threatened.
Yes,
It's a threat.
it is, right? Now forget the bad things. For the economy, remember last week when you and I talked about tax cut, we're talking about with the money saved,
Yep.
Lots of employers
Right.
will do favor to their employees.
They're doing it.
They're doing it.
They're doing it.
What numbers do you have so far?
Well, right now there's over 24 companies that have given out $1,000 bonuses to, from X number to 200,000 people at AT&T got a $1,000 bonus. That's $200 million or something. And, it's because people, I think it was a miracle we got this tax cut through because so much resistance and so much negative media commentary on it. But it's through. And now we're going into January 1 with hope. I'm going to be able to keep more of what I make when I serve a client that I do have. And you are, Jack, and people are. And so the hope builds momentum. And when we get to February and people's paychecks have a little higher net cash to them after withholding is diminished to reflect the lower tax rates, hallelujah. People are they're just going to feel good. They're just going to feel good. And literally, like, I guess I'm blessed or whatever, I'm educated, I've been able to be reasonably successful in America, and yet there is a large group of people in America that go check to check. And then if that check gets bigger by $50 or $100, it might be 25% of their rent. It makes that, and more food.
By the year end, they're talking about 1,800.
Well, they figure, it will be. And they figure about 91% of people will have a benefit from the tax bill. Some people that are making huge money won't have much benefit, and when you take away the state income tax and property tax deduction, maybe some would be paying about 5% a little bit more. That's fine because they're unbelievably successful and they'll deal with that. Okay. Also, then some might move from these states like New York and California. We're the highest tax state. In America, our income taxes.
I have two questions to ask.
Right.
Of course, the tax cut is such a positive thing. For example, the year end, you look at your account, you'll find that you were earning extra, like say, $1,800 on average with the calculation we did last time, right?
Right.
And of course,
money.
You probably go buy yourself a couch.
Something, right.
And then
or treat your kids.
The furniture stores, of course.
Right.
They sold one more couch.
Right.
They can do something to their employee.
Yep.
To their whatever, to the business, the rentals, so on and so forth.
And the people making the couch.
And the people making the couch.
A couple more employees.
And even the timber workers, they're happy.
Absolutely.
Because they got one more couch to make.
Good point. Brilliant.
And on and on and on and on. It's a chain reaction.
It just keeps going.
That is good, I know for sure.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, though, I'm talking about the fact, given the infrastructure job only, we're talking about $1 trillion there needed. Even though with the private factor, to be expected were $500 billion,
yes, sir,
to be donated.
Invested.
Invested.
Yeah.
How much this cut, the shrinking of budget by tax cut will help in a situation whereby you get a larger job to do? You see my point, right?
Well, every time there has been a tax cut, every time, and there hasn't been too many times, but back in Reagan but that the gross amount of revenue collected in taxes has gone up because there's more money circulating, there's more people spending and investing because you reinvest the money that you take home either in savings, which is good. We're not a great saving country. Okay, Japan was a great saving country, all right?
We're a credit card.
We're not as good.
We're a credit card country.
That's our enemy. Okay, that is really a credit card's as dangerous as the radical left because people they lose control. I don't think I have lost total control, but I have lost some control. I want it. Okay, here's my credit card. Then you have to make up for it. Our gross revenue in taxes, I predict, will increase substantially. The stock market, we're not sure. I don't think it can't have another year like this year.
You're saying that with the tax cut, which means the revenue shrinking on my side,
Companies will make more.
Your rating is that it will.
The gross tax revenue will go up.
Will go up.
Right.
All right.
They were predicting 1.
So that we don't have to worry about the bigger job.
Well, we always worry, yes, but yeah, we don't. And also our economy is really big, so this $1 trillion in infrastructure is not going to be a major player.
In other words, our economy is resilient enough to stand the cut.
Absolutely. No, well, it will enhance small businesses. Small businesses they're my heroes. Of course, I like General Electric. I like big companies because they do big things. But it's the small business men and women that are the heartbeat of our country. You know, 5 employees, 25 employees. I've had so many clients like that, and they're wonderful, and they make a nice living if they do a nice job and have a good product or service. So that's America. So this infrastructure will not make the economy by itself greater. It will be enhancing it, but it's all of the people that have regular jobs where the power comes from.
I would probably invite my audience to keep your fingers crossed for something good to happen, because there's nothing better than seeing economy blowing up, right, boosting up, and whereby everybody benefits from.
Even this Christmas, we had about a 4.6% increase because they say bricks and mortar, but people are in the malls again.
Only at the news.
Yeah, right.
Only at the news.
Right.
There.
So it's good. I mean, people are out there because, you know, it's not that much fun to use your credit card over a phone, you know, for your online shopping. Now, it's convenient, but out there with the vitality, you walk through the Santa Anita Mall here in California, in Arcadia, and there's just thousands of people walking by, and they're all smiling and carrying bags and feeling the joy of our economy.
I went to JCPenney for a tie. For that tie, I waited for 25 minutes in line.
That's a problem. Oh, yeah. No, that's good.
At the register.
Right, yeah. They need more people.
Normally it's a complaining situation, but I feel happy.
Yeah.
More shoppers out there.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Now, my question, that's the only question
Good
now.
point.
With the federal tax going that way, though, do you think California as a state will follow? Or what will be the benefit if California does? What will be the benefit if California doesn't?
Well, California is a very radically left state with leaders that are very stubborn. And they're more interested in my opinion, the ideology than the impact on the average citizen. Now, we have a very high 13% tax rate or something here, and we should spend less. It should go down. We're going to waste billions on a speed rail that goes from nowhere to nowhere, and, you know, honestly. So these states, people are going to leave the state if they can. A lot of people. They're leaving New York. They're leaving New Jersey. They're leaving California. They're all going to Texas or other states, Midwest America. Which, you know, if you've got your talent and it's portable, some people could make that decision quite fairly. The whole impact of not having some of the deductions for the wasted use of state tax money should help shrink the amount that they think they can spend. I mean, just like they just put another X number of pennies on gasoline tax. They're just tearing us apart every place they can.
What if we elect another governor?
It's not impossible.
With the names on the candidate, though, do you see anybody might hold a partisanship stand, different partisanship stand, that will probably lead us to follow the federal tax cut? You know,
it's possible. I mean, we had Reagan. You know, he was our governor. It's hard to. You know, we have so many people of moderate lifestyles in California that are being promised free this, free that, I'll give you this if you vote for me. that it's going to be hard. But the backlash, if our economy gets better and better, it could have an impact, and we might have a miracle of more Republican representatives and hopefully maybe a governor. Now, I don't care if it's a Democrat. If he just sees the value of a good economy and how to earn money rather than spend it.
Well, forget it. A dollar is a dollar, right? It is a dollar.
Well,
a dollar is a dollar in your pocket, in my pocket, in anybody's pocket.
But
dollar is a dollar.
but I respect the dollar that I earn more than I respect the dollar that the government might just give me to shut me up or get my vote.
Forget that part.
Okay,
We're
I'm sorry.
Dollar is a dollar, right?
Dollar's a dollar.
Now,
yeah.
when you talk
powerful.
about tax saving, though,
Yeah.
I would say it's not quite an obstacle as anything else, because you're talking about saving money. You're talking about giving them more money. I believe the Democrats will like that too.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't like money? Who doesn't like keeping your own money?
doesn't like
You've
money?
earned it. The taxes.
Money can buy anything.
The taxes is just the forced redistribution of wealth for a government that's too big and too inefficient. You could lay off 10% of government employees today. There'd be no change.
One thing for sure, this country is going south.
Right now, it's going south.
Yeah.
With President Trump's election.
I did go
There's
south.
hope again.
I did go south last weekend. I went to San Diego SeaWorld.
Yeah,
right?
lovely.
I was wearing my boots. I hate to walk.
Yeah.
It's too heavy. I forgot to put my sneakers on.
Right.
I rented a...
yeah, right. Something you sit on and drive.
Yeah, I sit on and drive.
That's cool.
In the old days, those were supposed to be free.
Okay.
You know how much I paid for that?
How much an hour?
$59.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
$59.
That's a lot.
Right.
Should have stayed home.
I should have stayed home.
Yeah.
And ticket, this is on top of a ticket.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not. Yeah. Well, all of these things. Disneyland, I can't believe how it's expensive.
These are all increasing. I would say everybody needs money, right? My first tax cut money goes to the wheelchair thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and put on the back of your car.
Yeah, sure, all right.
Your new Buick.
I already found a place for it already.
Right.
Okay, anyway, joking around a little bit. To start the new year with, I have my good friend, Ken Hamming, chatting with me for this good things, bad things, whatsoever. After all, we have lots of in anticipation.
We do.
Right? Okay, now.
Joy, hope.
Let's keep our fingers crossed, and we have a brighter future. And 2018 would be a much better year than 2017. Let's hope so.
We hope.
And to my audiences, thank you very much for watching. And to Cam.
And Happy New Year to you
New Year
guys.
to you.
Happy New Year.